What's good, everyone? Welcome back to British 876 Sports, where we discuss and we dissect the realest and the most authentic football and sports opinion. People, the Premier League is back upon us after midweek Europe fixtures in the Champions League. The Premier League is back upon us, and we have some bangers this weekend. Liverpool plays Everton in the Merseyside derby. We have Manchester United who entertains Chelsea, and we have the table topper for the past few seasons, the first and the second place team for most of for the table. Arsenal and Manchester City goes head to head, and that match is at the Etihad, is it? That match is at the Emirates Stadium. So the owners will be on the second place champion to win that game. But let's start off with the Merseyside derby at Anfield, people. The champions entertain David Moyes and Everton. People, that should be a walk in the park for Liverpool on their current form. You expect if they start their strongest side, they should win, regardless of the side that they start. Curious to see who gets the nod to start up top. Ekitike has been their starting player up top. We saw Isak last game, but curious to see who will get the nod. Ekitike will be available, Isak will be available, Salah, Verts, Gagpo, everybody will be available for Liverpool. They have their full strength team for the most part, for what I know of. Let me just see if there are any injured player. Well, a few players are injured. Only one of notices Curtis Jones, who might have not been starting anyway. Curious to see who starts. As I say, hopefully I see Isak in the starting lineup. Ekitike, if that should happen, we are going to have to see a shuffle around. Either that is that Gagpo goes to the bench, or Verts goes to the bench. We know Salah will not go to the bench. Salah will definitely start. In the midfield, there is a throw up. There is McAllister, there is Gavin Birch, there is Sabasly, and I'm missing somebody, and Verts. So that's four players for the midfield position who will also make the bench. And the back line is already predictable. Kanate will start alongside Van Dijk as the centre back pairing. I think Kirkes will come back into the left back position, and on the right back position, Frimpong is fit. So you're expecting Frimpong to play at right back, not Sabasly, who was filling in for Frimpong while he was getting back from injury. So that's gonna be a mouth-watering opening game of the Premier League tomorrow early. I will be up to watch that one. I think it's 6:30 Jamaican time. Cracker. Hoping to see Grealish. Hope he starts for Everton. Been playing very well since his move to Everton this season. Think he has a few assists as well on his name. So he has a very good record since his Everton debut. Now, Old Trafford and Manchester United welcomes the Blue London club, Chelsea, Cole Palmer, Caicedo, who I must say have been doing well for themselves. They lost to Bayern, but that is a seasoned Bayern Munich team, so we cannot expect that we should beat Chelsea bad for losing to Bayern at Bayern. Seasoned Champions League team, seasoned Champions League club with seasoned Champions League players. But nonetheless, they come to Old Trafford, who is by no means performing or playing any good football at this juncture. So they should be coming to Old Trafford with their tails high, expecting to roll over United. But guess what? That never happens in football. The ball is round, and they play at Old Trafford in front of 75,000 fans. And Old Trafford should be roaring. We are just hoping and we are just praying that Ruben Amorim plays the best side he has available. Now, Mason Mount is back from injury. Cunha is back from injury. So he has two extra players in the attacking position alongside Xerxes, who is on the bench, alongside Sesko, alongside Embuemo, and Ahmad, depending on where he plays Ahmad. We're going to be faced with the same problem again. Who does he play in midfield? Does he play Bruno and Casemiro, which is his most used pairing in the midfield? Does he play Menu? Seeing that Cunha is back from injury, she really finally understands that put Bruno forward, we need him forward rather than in the midfield. Cunha is back from injury, really start Cunha. If Cunha is back from injury and will be starting, do not play Cunha in the striker position. So there are just certain things that the United coach normally does, which will be against him. So we're just hoping that he does none of the above. We're hoping that up top he plays a striker, whether it be Xerxes or it be Sesko. In the number 10 position, if you think Cunha is not ready to start, please play Xerxes or please play Bruno in that position, so that you free up the midfield pairing for Kobe Menu to play alongside Casemiro. Right? So people, that is my hope that this Manchester United coach gets it right from the start, plays the right team from the start, pick the right 11 players. What is my choice if I am this coach and I am picking the 11 player? I'm going to start from the top. Striking, hasn't seen him all season. I would play Xerxes. We're not sure what Sesko will bring to the table. I wouldn't feel any way if Sesko starts up top. But for what I know Xerxes can offer and everybody can offer, I would definitely play Xerxes up top. Behind Xerxes, I would definitely play the two new signings, Cunha and Embuemo. I think those three players will link up well. I think they're on this similar wavelength. I think they know what they're getting from Xerxes. I think Xerxes knows what he would be getting from them. So that would be Xerxes, Cunha, and Embuemo in the number 10 position. On the wing backs position, definitely the two left footers, Dorgu and Ahmad, should be balanced, should be entertaining. In the midfield, now, seeing that I'm playing Cunha and Embuemo up top, where do we put Bruno? Where do we put Bruno? Ideally, he shouldn't be on the pitch. Ideally, it should be on the pitch. It should be Casemiro and Kobe Menu. Only place for Bruno is in the attacking third. And this is the problem we have with Bruno. Because now we are going to say, is that he only can play beside Casemiro, or we're going to have to bench Cunha and Embuemo. And not in my wildest dream should those two players be on the bench, not in the starting lineup. Cunha is fit to start. I am sure of that. He was fit last game, but he was just not fully fit to start the game, and the coach just saved him, be precautionary, and did not play him. Now it is 1 week later. Play Cunha, play Embuemo. In the midfield, play Casemiro, our best. The player that understands this coach position, midfield the best, his system the best, the one that seems to have adapted the best. Play him there and play him beside Kobe Menu. But that will not happen. We're going to see Casemiro beside Bruno Fernandes. And we're going to have to deal with it until this coach sees the door or starts to see some improvement in results and performance. Now, the back three should be, as per usual, the one that started the last few games, Euro Delete and Luke Shaw. I mean, Luke Shaw, I would take him out to have him rested, to just take him out the limelight for a bit. Play the youngster, Heaven. It is storming outside. It is raining cats and dogs. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. So I'll definitely play Heaven in the back line just to fresh it up. I think he can withstand, being thrown in against Chelsea at Old Trafford, and he will be alongside Delete and Euro. So he won't be alongside any odd centre-back pairing. He won't be Maguire, and it won't be anybody who is not good enough. I must say, Jim Radcliffe flew into Old Trafford to have a meeting with the coach and the management team. And I'm sure if you fly in to have a meeting with the coach and the management team that you're not pleased with results or how things are going. The coach did his interview and he said that he looked very comfortable, doesn't seem to have any concerns over his job. doesn't seem to have any concerns over the meeting he just had with Jim Ratcliffe. He even joked in the press conference that the Jim came to discuss a new contract for him, which is bizarre, which would have been the craziest thing ever, right? He was joking, however, and according to him, he just came in to discuss regular stuff, regular matters, nothing serious. He alluded to the fact that he must improve in his results and the performance. However, I think Jim Ratcliffe coming in to speak to the coach Ruben Amorim is a good indicator. It's a good sign that he knows something is wrong and he wants to make it known that something has to give or something has to change urgently. So that is the lineup I would start. Obviously, you're going to expect from Chelsea, Cole Palmer, Neto. I mean, we welcome Garnacho back at Old Trafford. Will he start for Chelsea? Or will Chelsea go with him from the bench? When he comes on at Old Trafford, I hope he gets a rough time. I hope they whistle him, because he deserves it. Kicked a fuss up to leave the club, even though it was assisted by the coach and the coach's nonsense and what he was saying in the press conferences. So Garnacho comes to Old Trafford. Will he start? Will he come from the bench? I think Chelsea have a very good midfield with Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and whoever else they play in there, whether they play uh, Cole Palmer ahead of them, or previous games they played Reece James in the midfield to add a little bit of a bit more solidarity to the midfield. People, it is thundering outside. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow at Manchester in Old Trafford because it always does. So, big game at Old Trafford. I think Chelsea have all their players fit. Let me just check to see if there's any injury for Chelsea. Is there any injured players for Chelsea who is out? Let me know what you think will be the scoreline tomorrow. Nobody out. I mean, Dilap is out, Colwell is out, Lavia is out. Two of those players would normally start, I believe. I think Lavia would normally start alongside Caicedo. And Enzo up top, ahead of them in the midfield. I think Colwell would have been a definite starter in centre back. He's their best defender. Chelsea does not have a host of great defenders, so I'm hoping that we can maximize and materialize and capitalize on that weakness. That's their only weakness. Up top, they're a bit, feeble. They don't have Delap. They have Joel Pedro. Esteval came back from injury, will be playing maybe from the bench. I'm sure Cole Palmer will be starting, Neto will be starting, I think Jarpeja will be starting up top. So that should be a mouth-watering game again at Old Trafford. As a betting man, if I should bet on that game, people, if I should bet logically, all should be in favor of Chelsea coming to Old Trafford and leaving with 3 points. Even though statistically, I think they haven't been able to do that in recent times. But I'm gonna say Manchester United should beat Chelsea. It's not normally a barrage of goal in this game, so I'm gonna go 2-1 Manchester United. A late goal maybe from Bruno Fernandes at the penalty spot. We always score penalty. Haven't been scoring this season, but let's hope we score at least 2 goals this game because we're gonna need at least 2 goals to win the game. And Sunday, on Super Sunday, Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium host Manchester City, and I think Arsenal need to show a statement of intent this game. I think Arsenal need to at least draw the game. They cannot afford to lose to Manchester City, and even if they draw the game, it's supposed to be a game that they should have won, that just City scraped a draw. So I think this is a game Arsenal should win, must win. It's at home to Manchester City. They already lost to Liverpool. They nearly lost to Manchester United. So that's 2 games against big club, excluding Manchester United as a big team. 2 games that they should have won if they are trying to be a title challengers, which they barely performed in. And now they play City, they should perform and should perform to the best of their ability. I'm sure their fans shouldn't expect anything less. It is Manchester City and it is Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Who are the injured? I know Shirky is injured for City. I know Saka is injured. He won't be back. Havertz and Odegaard is injured. So three starters injured for Arsenal. For City, arguably three started injured for City as well. Ain't nowhere their new left back is injured. Marmoush is injured as starter. John Stones is injured as starter. Kovacic normally start is injured. City side is so talented. They have Kovacic if all fit. They have Kovacic. They have Williams. They have Rodri. They have Reinders. That's four top tier midfielders to play in the midfield position. Not to mention Shirky, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Calvin Phillips, a whole host. So no wonder why I always thought City to be the winners or the champions at the end of the season if they perform to the best of their ability. What side am I expecting with those players injured? Well, per their last Champions League game, Arsenal, I'm expecting to see Madueke on the right hand side, who has been playing well since his inclusion in the Arsenal side. I mean, on the left, he keeps playing Eze on the left. No, Odegaard is injured. So I'm expecting that he will move Eze to the center of the pitch where he will be a lot more effective and just play Martinelli, the runner, over on the left hand side. While up top, obviously, the guy who has been scoring, Gyökeres, you continue to play him. Why not? No, with that front four behind them, that would be an attacking front four, which means that you would be left with only two midfielders, and I doubt Arteta will do that. He will rather play three defensive central midfielders. I'm not sure who he will go with, but I would go with Declan Rice and I would also go with Zubimendi. I mean, it's hard to leave Merino out because he just scores when he plays. He plays well all the time for club and country. But yeah, that would be my midfield for Arsenal. In the back line, obviously, their new Mascara, I think that's his name, will play alongside Gabriel because Saliba is still injured. Is he? Saliba and Ben White is injured. If Saliba is injured, Mascara plays. Obviously, Timber is going to play right back. And on the left back position will be Calafiori with Raya in the net. That will be a cracking side. And on the blue side, Manchester City. You never know what City plays, but no Akanji. Akanji is gone, sold. No John Stones. So the two in the centre back position will be Ruben Diaz and Guardiola. While I'm just gonna stick with Connor. What's his name? I keep butchering that guy's name. Kosunov. Is that it? Let me verify. Kosunov. What's his name? Kusanov, yeah. Kusanov will play on the right back position. I don't think he will put Rico Lewis in, and I don't think they have Matthias Nunes available. Either way, I think he will play Kusanov, and on the left back, he will go with Nathan Aki. I think the one defensive midfielder he will play will be Rodri. Ahead of Rodri, he will play Reinders, and I think Foden. And on the two wings, I think it will be Doku and what's his name? Bernardo Silva. And up top, Erling Haaland, who has been off to a smashing start, scoring left, right, and center. So that should be a cracking game, people. What's my score? Do I really expect logically Arsenal should come away with a goal? No, I do not. I think they will park the bus at home to Manchester City, and I think City will come away with the result. No, the game depends on who scores first. If Arsenal ever scores first, it will be a long night for City because they will park the bus, and we've seen it already. Arsenal have one of the strongest bus in the world, in Europe. If they score first, they will park the bus. If City somehow happen to score first, then Arsenal will have to relinquish a bit and attack more. Who knows if they will? Even if they concede, they might just be okay with not conceding more and allowing the game to go as long as it is 1-0. Hence why, if I'm a betting person, I would bet on Arsenal. I would bet on Manchester City. If City plays to their best of their ability, it should be they should be better than Arsenal without a doubt. But if Arsenal locks shop and parks the bus, it'll be a long night for City. What do I think will happen actually after all this? I definitely think Arsenal will lock the bus, park the bus and lock the shop, so it'll be hard for City to break through. So even if City wins, it'll be by a goal or two. So Arsenal need to score a goal or two to win. I'm sure that's not on the top of their agenda. People, that's the preview for this weekend's Premier League fixtures. Hit a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new to British 876 Sports. Click the link in the bio to see the other socials. We are out.